Hello everyone, welcome to Mission Astra. This is daily current affairs video, right, where we will be discussing about the so-called daily current affairs component, which will be exclusively from the prelims content. This is for those students who want to follow regularly prelims current affairs. You can follow this. This will be for a very short duration. I will just quickly tell what are the things that we have to capture for the so-called prelims. Now, going into this, let me start with the first thing. Just simple thing, keep it very simple. So this is daily current affairs. The first one is recently Government of India is conducting the so-called Sea Treaty in New Delhi. Sea Treaty is being conducted in New Delhi. So that is why this is in news. Right? Sea Treaty is also known as International Treaty of Plant Genetic Resources for Food and Agriculture. International Treaty on Plant Genetic Resources for Food and Agriculture. So this is the thing, just remember that. Now it was adapted by Food and Agricultural Organization in 2004. India is a party to it. Just remember this Sea Treaty. It is a treaty of International Treaty on Plant Genetic Resources, Food and Agriculture. Now, under the so-called IPR rights, seeds protection is also coming under IPR rights. What is that IPR rights that you have? Protection of Plant Varieties and Farmers' Rights Act 2001. This is the thing which gives IPRs to the so-called plant varieties and farmers' rights. So they have given some in detailed components rights under this act. No need to remember, because even if you remember this until this extent, you cannot remember. But just remember the protection of plant varieties and farmer rights. You can protect the things. What is this treaty? A farmer who evolved or developed new variety is entitled to register and protect his brand. It is like if you are finding out a new variety of seeds, you can get IPR rights. You can get that protection. That is called the right which is granted under this. So about seed treaty, I said this is the thing. India is a party to it, and it is holding 9th session of. This is of FAO. India is organizing this seed treaty. India is a part of this. Right. Apart from this, we have a plant variety. Now note that in India, protection of seeds doesn't come under the so-called IPR rights. Right. That is one thing that they have asked the previous year question. This I'll discuss later. But for now, you just remember this thing, that is enough. Second one is Inspire Awards. Innovation in Science Pursuit for Inspired Research. Inspire is innovation in science pursuit for inspired research. So this awards, who gives these awards? This is given by Science and Technology Ministry. Just remember that. Why this is given? Manak Awards. Manak is Millions of Minds Augmenting National Aspiration and Knowledge. Launched in 2017. Just remember, Inspire Awards is given by Ministry of Science and Technology for Innovations. This is enough. Moving on. Introduction of Cheetah. This year, this is a definite question for prelims. At any cost, you have to go through this, because Prime Minister, this is in news, definite question for this year prelims. Let's look at this. PM releases wild cheetahs into Puno National Park, which is in Madhya Pradesh. They were bought from Namibia. This is the second thing. Third thing is they were brought under Project Cheetah, and it is the world's first intercontinental large wild carnivore translocation project. So this is for the first time in the world to translocate a wild carnivore like cheetah. So these are the things. Puno Palampur National Park in the so-called Madhya Pradesh. It is bought from Namibia under Project Cheetah, right? And it is the world's first translocation project. As per Prime Minister, it is going to restore the open forests and grassland ecosystems, and it leads to enhanced livelihood. That is what he has said. So the rest of the things, this I have taken from PIB. So how many? Total 5 cheetahs were bought under Project Type. Total 8 were bought. In this, 5 are the so-called females, and 3 are male cheetahs. 5 are female, 3 are male cheetahs. Cheetahs were declared extinct in India in 1952. Very important. We declared this cheetahs as extinct in 1952. So reintroduction is under Project Cheetah that we have discussed. Now, what are the major achievements of India in protecting the so-called wildlife? India's protected areas, that is national parks, wildlife sanctuaries, biosphere reserves, it increased from 4.9 to 5.03%. in the last 5 years. So somewhat a 0.10% increase. Forest and tree cover has increased by 16,000 square kilometers in the last 4 years. Community resource increased from 43 to more than 1,100. There are more than India is home to 552 tiger reserves in India. India achieved the goal of doubling the tigers from 2018 in 2018, 4 years in advance to 2022 St. Petersburg summit. So St. Petersburg summit says that you have to double the number of tigers that were in your country by 2022. India achieved it by 2018. The tiger population in India as of now is 33 less than 3000. That is 2967. 33 less than this one, right? Earlier it was 2226, 2226. 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus is equal to 6. 3 twos are 6, right? Now remember that. Now it is increased to 3000 minus 33, 2967. This number is important. Budgetary allocation for tiger conservation increased to 300 crores. Now, what about lions? Asiatic lions, where you find Asiatic lions only in Gir National Park, their size has increased from 674 to 674 individuals from 523. Now there are 674 lions, Asiatic lions, and this is 28, around 30% increase. 674. Next one is the number of leopards has shown 60% increase in the last 6 years, right? It reached around 13,000 leopards today. So why? You can write these things about conservation in the so-called India ecological systems. Now one is about cheetahs. Cheetahs. Now continuing this, I'll quickly end this. Now cheetahs are known as the keystone species. What are keystone species? They determine the so-called ecosystem functioning. They are very keystones, otherwise they will drastically alter the so-called ecosystem altogether. So keystone species. Now, where they were introduced, Puno Palampur National Park, African cheetahs are being bought under the Asiatic under the project Cheetah, right? Now, where it was introduced, look at this. Puno Palpur National Park in the so-called Madhya Pradesh. It is in Madhya Pradesh. It was introduced here. In Madhya Pradesh, there is one more national park called Naura Dehi. In Rajasthan, there is Shagar and Naura Dehi. Three potential wildlife sanctuaries that supports cheetahs population is these three. Shagar in Rajasthan, Puno Palpur and Naura Dehi in Madhya Pradesh. Remember, these are very important. They might ask, now what is the IUCN status? Now, Asian cheetahs, Indian cheetahs were extinct by 1952. What about Asiatic cheetahs? Asiatic cheetahs are critically endangered. African cheetahs are vulnerable. Again, this one, Indian cheetahs are extinct. Africans are vulnerable. Asiatic cheetahs are critically endangered. Very important. What about other things? Leopards. We have almost 13,000 leopards. Leopards is, if you look at leopards, category is vulnerable category, IUCN, right? Just remember that. So we have seen more than 30, almost 13,000 leopards. Jaguars are near threatened. So don't remember what are the characteristics, no need to remember. Jaguars are near threatened, leopards are vulnerable, Asiatic cheetahs are critically endangered, African cheetahs are vulnerable, right? These are the things that you have to remember apart from that. So what is the important thing? Definite question. Cheetahs reintroduction from Namibia, hence you have to look at Namibia country also in the so-called geography. Namibia borders. I'll discuss this tomorrow. Now I am remembering it. So Namibia borders. Second one, Indian cheetahs are extinct. Asiatic cheetahs are critically endangered. Africans are vulnerable. Leopards are vulnerable. The so-called jaguars are near threatened. So these are the things. And they were introduced. There were 8 cheetahs. 5 of them are females. 3 are from males. Right. Puno Palapur is located in the so-called Madhya Pradesh along with Naura Dehi. Now there is one more national park here, that is in Rajasthan, that is Shagar National Park. There also you have this conservative species. What do I mean? This is the fertile grounds for the so-called cheetahs to grow. What are the rest of the things? India's forest reserves has increased. The forest cover has increased 16,000 square kilometers in the last 4 years. India protected forests, protected areas has increased from 4.9 to 5.03. The third one is tiger population today in India is 33 less than 3000. Remember that word, rather than 2967, 33 less than 2000, 3000. And then lions population is 674. Right, again lions are present only in Gir National Park. So these are the things that which is very important. So you can consider this as damn sure question this year. Moving further, maps in news. Recently, in the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, President Xi Jinping of China has said that the West is trying to bring color revolution. He has said that the Western countries, particularly America, is inciting color revolution. Color revolution. What is this color revolution? This is the so-called the protests that have toppled unpopular regimes in Soviet Union. In the erstwhile United USSR, color revolutions has toppled the so-called USSR. Hence, he used this context. Look at the various color movements. Orange Revolution has taken place in Ukraine in 2004. Jasmine Revolution in Tunisia. This is called Arab Spring. Right. Rose Revolution in Georgia. Kyrgyzstan Tulip Revolution. Don't consider that these are some flowers which are growing. No, this is revolutions which are growing. Right. So just remember the revolutions that it has taken place. Ukraine, orange, jasmine, Tunisia, Georgia, you have rose, Kyrgyzstan, tulip. These are the four things. Again, I repeat: Ukraine, orange, jasmine is from Tunisia, rose, Georgia, tulip, Kyrgyzstan. Very important. Next one is Asian countries and India is trying to enter into a free trade agreement. Right now, in this context, what are the Asian countries? Association of Southeast Asian Asian countries. Right. It starts from Myanmar. Remember in the map pointing, I said yesterday also G20 countries are important. Asian countries now. Remember in map pointing wise, Myanmar. Look at the map. You have Thailand, Myanmar, Thailand, Laos, Vietnam, Cambodia, Philippines, Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, Brunei, Philippines. Right, these are the things. So remember in map pointing it will be remembered. Now there is one virus called SOVA virus attack. What is SOVA virus? They might ask. SOVA virus is a bad Trojan malware, just like your Pegasus. It is a Trojan. Pegasus is a Trojan, and this is also a Trojan, which is a malware. They will ask, what is this? This is a malware which is seen in the mobile banking sections. It was introduced in mobile banking, so it is tackling this. So Computer Emergency Response Team under Ministry of Home Affairs is tackling this. So this is important. So this is the important current affairs. Now there is one more thing. United Nations Security Council 1267 committee. What is this 1267 committee of United Nations? It is about the so-called, it lists global terrorists. Just remember 1267. 12 5s are 60, right? Remember 1267. Now China is blocking some terrorists. That is why it is in news. So just remember 1267 is United Nations Security Council's committee to block, to register or to name few global terrorists. Punniyan Selvan is in news. What is this Punniyan Selvan? Punni means the son of Kaveri river, which is flowing in the so-called Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. Now, it was a novel. Punniyan Selvan is a novel. Maniratnam is trying to take a movie on this. It was written by Kalki Krishnamurti between 1950 and 54. There is series, right? Kalki, Punniyan Selvan. Now, what does this book contain? This book contains, now this is not important, but what this book contains? It contains about the Chola, great Cholan Empire and Cholan king, that is called Rajaraja Chola. Now, just remember what are the things about Rajaraja Chola. He was known for his naval expeditions and he was victorious in the west coast, Sri Lanka, and conquered Maldives and Indian Ocean. This is the administrative adept of this person called Rajaraja Chola. Naval expeditions, and he defeated Cheras in the battle of Kandanur Salai, and he was successful in waging war against Chalukyas. He built one dam called Kaveri River, across Kaveri River. This is the oldest rock cut dam in India, right? Next, he was a devout follower of Saivism. He completed the following construction of Raja Rajeshwara temple in Brihadishwar, right? That is known as Brihadishwara temple at Tanjore in 110 AD. Now, this is in UNESCO's World Heritage List. Now, what is his titles? Mummidi Chola, Jayakonda, and Shiva Padakeshara. Shiva Padashekara. Shiva Padakeshara. Okay. His son is Rajendra Chola. So Rajaraja Chola, what is important? His naval expeditions, the Eastern Chalukyas he defeated. He has defeated the so-called Cheras, Chalukyas. He constructed dams across the so-called Kaveri River. He was a Shaivite follower. As a result, he has constructed Brihadishwara temple at Tanjore in 110 AD. And then he has titles called Mummidi Chola, Jayakonda, and Shiva Padaki Shekara. Right? Remember this. This is important. So this makes us to end the current affairs today. Thanks for joining. Have a nice day.